Time to earn that last gazillion here in cardiology. This is the shortest of the 3 gazillionaire levels, and I think it was intended to be the first one, because it's the simplest, it's the roughest, and it's the clearest when it comes to what a gazillion dollars actually is. The other levels don't really explain it, they kind of assume you already know it's going to be a token. This level very clearly explains it. Take a listen.
And it's diamonds! Diamonds for the win!
Dang it, not again!
What are you two doing here?
Losing by following my foolish heart.
What are you thinking? Hearts is like a gazillion to 1.
A gazillion to 1, you say? So if I bid on hearts and won, I'd win a gazillion dollars, right? Hey, where'd you go?
Okay, that's the last.
So now we know exactly what's going on. We have to bet on hearts and win. There's some kind of thing where they're tormenting a patient and his vital signs are racing each other and his heart always loses.
I'd like to make a bet.
Sure. Which runner suits you this evening?
I gotta follow my heart.
What? Haven't you seen the odds?
Hey, no one can lose forever, right?
I'm glad they held back from making a Star Wars reference.
And
This is a really half-assed lo-fi game. I like this idea, but it's not even clear when someone's gonna
coming
win.
up to the finish line. And it's diamond days for the
You
win!
can see how it just kind of dissolves away at random.
That's weird. Most people usually...
Even when you're actually playing it, you can't tell.
Okay.
Anyway, because this is such a basic level, and I would like to get to the boss in the same video, we're gonna push through it nice and fast. We got the 3 other racers looking swole, and then we got Hearts looking not so swole. He looks swelled.
Hey, are you sure you should be racing?
My doctor told me I have to stay off this leg. But he's also my boss, and he told me that if I miss another race, I'll get fired.
What if I raced for you?
What? You do that for me?
Yes, but I can't race looking like this.
Well, there's a changing room up there. What am I saying? That's impossible. This is just something I need to do.
So this is much more basic than the one we had before, and also the words didn't actually pop up in the places they were shown pop-upping in. That's like there's a lot here that I'm not. This feels like it was the earliest and roughest of the 3. We are going to learn what hot plates look like.
Different race, same runner.
And this level is not so bad if you plan to try and scour it for
I don't need anybody's help.
collectibles. There are some fun collectibles hidden in here and some fun spots.
That's not
But for the most part, this is definitely the weakest of the 3 sub-levels, according to me. They give you a nice long warning before these become a problem, so in theory, you won't have any issues getting across them, but it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. Over here, you can just use your jump ball and hop over and get yourself a brain. Brains! I thought that that would refill my life, but it didn't.
Yep.
Such a sad set of affairs when your brain doesn't bring you back to life. So we'll just push on. Can these be shattered? Nope. Okay. So you can see there are, in theory, a lot of interesting places that you could, you know, look around in and jump to try and get various upgrades. And then we've got this, what do you want to call it? The things you jump over in gym. I've forgotten the names already. Hurdles. So we just got across the hurdles, and now we're getting further along, and just get through it nice and quick because there's really nothing to it. Oh, where do we go from here? How about the only way that's possible? And okay, level done. Exciting stuff.
Life is more of a relay race than a wind sprint. Sometimes you need to know when it's time to pass the baton.
And you can see how completing this level first would make the pill level much more obvious, because her heart's in the wrong place. Well, yeah, that's been established with this. So I wonder whether they assumed everybody would go right around that cube. I went left around the cube.
They're off. I'd like to make a bet.
Sure.
I gotta follow my heart.
You never learn, do you?
Okay, that's the last bet.
And they just teleport us straight into the race.
Runners, to your starting gates.
And here we've got this really half-assed little mini-game. To be honest, this sort of mini-game is not something I dislike, but they didn't put very much effort in, and it only shows up once, of course. That's why they didn't, because it's not a polished thing. And there's something to be said for having a million unpolished things instead of only one really polished thing, but in this case, you know, I could have enjoyed it a little bit more if it had been a little bit clearer as to say when it would end.
And it's Heart's Content in first place! I don't believe this! A gazillion and one miracle, and you all got to see it! Even if you didn't win, you have to admit, we're all winners here today.
Not me!
Oh, you're done.
No more races today.
Sounds like I've got a siren happening outside my office here.
Don't forget to tip your nurses, you cheapskates.
What is that vibrating? Interesting. Well, it's cute, the idea that that they give us this gazillionaire token out of a urine sample cup. And what's left? The boss.
Sorry. The High Rollers Lounge only
Triple
admits...
gazillionaires, of course. I would belong to no lesser club. Now, let me in before I call my expensive lawyer.
Well then, please come in, sir. If you're willing to take the risk.
So this is the boss introduction sequence, and keep an eye on how it unfolds.
This is all my fault.
Aquato, I hope you're not trying to take credit for my brilliant idea for solving all the Psychonauts' financial problems.
Yes! I mean, no! I mean, I made some bad connections in your mind, and there was some sort of a bad idea chain reaction, and now...
Visually, this is just a very good sequence. This boss is not very much fun to fight, but it is a lot of fun to look at. Man, traffic is noisy today. Ah, the original problem. Those are the two things we connected to cause this mess.
Bad idea. I am the sweetest of dreams, the spirit of unbeatable optimism. I am the ultimate victory of hope over mathematics. I am the Lady Luctopus, but you can call me Lucky.
Visually, all of the bosses in this game are just stunning. Some of the fights are pretty iffy, like this one. This one's kind of iffy, but conceptually amazing and visually amazing.
It's time to see what the cards have in store for you. But don't worry, I'm a fair dealer. Although, I do like to keep a couple of jokers up my sleeve.
Can you believe we got caught in? So embarrassing.
We can't get to our smelling salts. We can't leave her mind.
Don't let us die in here, man.
You know what happens when you die in someone's mind, right? If you die inside of mine, you pee your pants.
Get ready to play. This could be your lucky day.
One of my favorite lines.
But I wouldn't bet on it.
So, basically there's some tentacles we gotta shoot, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, that was just the cover.
Now, bosses, they try and make these bosses interesting by giving us a lot of different superpowers that we have to use in order to fight these bosses. It's not really incredibly fun in terms of actual gameplay, but it is fun to watch. It is fun to witness. It's just that it's kind of boring as actual gameplay.
All right, let's free the others together now.
No, you two get out of here before she cards you again. Try
That's
to wake
random.
up Agent Forsyth in the physical world.
You sure?
How are you gonna do that? She's down on the gambling deck.
I think he just doesn't want us to see him cry.
What they're really doing is introducing us, reminding us that we can zap our way out of these mines whenever we want. And of course, what we do now?
I'm on a roll. Hit me.
We gotta go inside our brain and punch it a bunch, because that's what we do in this world, right? We punch people's brains. Now, these bosses are all set up so that you're always going to have to do a specific number of attack cycles. It's not one of those situations where you can get into extra hits.
No time to walk away.
Now, Luctopus is obviously not just some malignant foreign invader here. It's very clearly, obviously, Agent Forsyth, or her subconscious.
Ooh, I need to cover up that blemish.
And I think that's good. It really shows what's going on here.
But I think I should just card you like the rest. Looks like it's time for a fresh deck.
Now, they're trying to make it so that, you know, oh, we gotta cover up that blemish. There's, you know, card set that we're going to have to hide or whatever. But, of course, they don't end up actually covering it. It's just wasting time. It's like, oh, yeah, you have to wait 10 seconds until you can actually attack it. And it's not really interesting.
That's my friend right there.
It's about time.
Who are you calling your friend? Let's go shoot her in the brain some more.
That was amazing, man. Now let's save the others.
We need to get back to the suite and help Sasha and Mia.
But
clean up the rest of your mess, okay?
Got me there, Norma.
Once again, the cards are in the way.
Kick me out.
But they're just timed. You just wait around until they're done. That's just not as interesting as you might hope. Now, I short-circuited it before, but you're supposed to do it like this.
Degree.
Maybe you can do something with, like, dragging those fire bombs around. I don't know.
Okay, that time I was just faking it. Right? Right. Hey, where'd everybody go? I still have you guys, right?
You got it, Chief.
On second thought, where's my shredder?
Rasputin, hurry. Just remember.
So what do you think is going to be the mechanic here?
I'll feed him to my feet.
Oh, look. I know you're shocked.
Get me my paddle, stat!
Now we just have to hang out here until, Oh, I forgot about that move. That's fine.
Ooh, that was electrifying!
We've already done this twice. What's taking so long?
You can't even lock onto that anymore.
Double down!
Ooh. Could I have some explosives, please?
Well, go big or go home, they say.
You given me the option? There we go.
Can't wait to scrapbook this experience later.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Now we just wait around some more.
Roz, remember, you have to save all of us, not just your four favorites.
Oh my god, this is much more obnoxious than I remember it being.
This town is prone to excess.
Delicious.
I love it.
The problem is that I keep trying to pick up the explosives, and that will slow me down enough that she'll hit me or get vaguely within 800 or 900 meters of me with another explosive, at which point I won't be able to pick it up. So I just have to wait until she's fired all of the explosives and everything's calmed down and gotten very boring before I make my move. Not the best design for actually fighting the boss. Boss fights are, of course, hard to do right in the first place.
Okay, you can actually borrow my board for a whole week for that shot. Woo!
You two go help the others. I just have one last thing to do.
You gotta punch someone's brain.
I understand.
Or heart.
He doesn't want his friends to see him take a life.
She does. She has some of the best lines.
Now I'm going to finish it.
Come on. 7.
Fire. That was weird.
Oh, why? Why would you destroy me? Me! The answer to all your problems! All your problems!
On the other hand, I really like all of the visuals and the cutscenes that we get.
What the? Who put this here? It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Tear it all down. Wait, what are you doing here? You can't see this.
Agent Forsyth, hold on. I can explain. This is all my fault. I used mental connection to change some things in your mind. To make some new connections. I didn't think...
You did what?
I'm sorry.
That explains everything. I knew I wasn't this stupid. I mean, I have a degree in mathematics, you know? I thought I was really losing it. But it turns out my only problem was you.
Wait. I can explain. You're right. I knew it was wrong the second I did it. I'm ashamed of myself. I violated your trust and very idea of what it means to be a Psychonaut. I guess I'm not ready for this after all. I'll pack up my stuff.
You don't need to do that.
You're right. I don't even have any stuff to pack. I'll just go.
No. Listen. You're right about violating trust. What you did was wrong. Very wrong. But, truth is, I pulled a similar stunt once.
Really?
Only the person whose brain I messed with, I couldn't put them right again. They had to call in the Psychonauts to undo what I did. That's when I met Truman Zanotto. He taught me how to apply my powers in a responsible way. The Psychonauts, we're not here to change people's minds, Raz. Not here to fix people. We're here to help people fight their own demons. The ones they already have.
That's not true. We'll get back to that.
I'll never do it again.
You're not at camp anymore, Raz. People could live or die on this mission. The mission!
Alright, so that was a fun cutscene. We finally got to know her as a person.
Zip it and gather round, class.
Let's watch a little bit more. Have you been paying attention to the way that it progresses and the blocking they're using?
Stand by for instructions. Shoehorn, dustpan, this is Teacup.
Agent Forsyth, where have you...
Shoehorn, I reversed the main fan. Let it push you back down the vent and then climb into the hatch labeled 375H. Then move forward and take 2 consecutive rights. You'll be able to drop down directly into the office from that spot.
Teacup?
Dustpan.
Tell the guards you're a
contractor from Halifax Security. You're here to inspect the card shuffling machine. Your clearance code is 99853. I have the real inspector trapped in the 4th floor bathroom, so avoid that area.
Roger that, Teacup.
Shoehorn, I've disabled all side detectors and inhibitors, but it's only temporary, so be quick.
Check. I'm entering the office.
This is Dustpan. I'm sweeping the guards out of the area.
The key reader is operational.
Got a room number for us, Shoehorn?
Yes, it's the North Tower Penthouse 3896. But can we get up there if the side detectors come back online?
I have an operative in position. You and Dustpan pull out and return to the pantry immediately. Did you catch that intel, Egg Beater?
Teacup, this is Egg Beater. I'm in position and have a visual on the North Tower Penthouse.
All right. Time to make the omelet.
Roger. On the move.
Your classmates are on their way to offer support.
Now this is what we call a celebratory stage. We're going to get to this in the next episode. I do want to point out that cutscene was really sharp and stylish, and everybody moved around and so on and so forth. And then there was the triumphant cutscene where she regains her mental state and gives orders and stuff like that. This game does have a habit of putting cutscenes back to back like that, where you'll go through a cutscene where, you know, oh, we had that emotional beat, we're recovering, here's another cutscene. It's not necessarily a bad habit, but it makes it a little bit challenging to do videos about because they are two separate cutscenes that happen to be back to back. If you want to learn the basics on how to do very basic blocking, you know, just moving around in ways and using your body language in ways that help to show what you're feeling and progress the scene, you could do a lot worse than studying that cutscene just after we finished off the boss. I really enjoy the cutscenes in this game and the visuals in this game. The boss fights themselves are often really dull, but I don't know whether or not they could have done any better given the genre of the game. Who knows? We're going to talk about the bosses every time we reach them because all of the bosses are designed astonishingly well from a visual perspective. Lady Luctopus was brilliant. It was not only an octopus, but also had all of those glowing light bulbs all over it and shimmered like a creature of the deep sea with, you know, the bioluminescence. Oh, it was fantastic, wasn't it? I really enjoyed it. And the way that the tentacles came out of the windows and they all had little cuffs on them. Great visual. See you around.